Alright, so welcome back. So in this tutorial we are going to talk about installing Node.js. Now before you use Node.js, you have to make sure that it is installed in your system. So even though I've installed it in my system already because I've been using it for some time, but I have to show you how to do that. So the first step is to go to your address field and type in nodejs.org. Okay, let me type it for you here. Just type nodejs.org, just like this, nodejs.org. Then to get here, to lead it to this place. Okay, just type it and press enter key from your keyboard. You get here. So when you get here, then you see that if you are using Windows, you're going to say download for Windows. Then this might be 6432, depends. Then if you're using Mac, you might see Mac, but I'm using Windows here. Okay, then you're going to see two versions. This is the latest version and this is the recommended for most users. This is the most stable version, so this is recommended that you download this one. I recommend that you download this one because this might not be very stable. Okay, so you download this. So how do you download? Just click this to start downloading. It doesn't take time to download. Okay, then after the downloads, you go to downloads folder here. You're going to see node.js here. You can double click on it to install it, but I've installed node.js in my computer. So how do you check to know whether you've actually installed node.js? It's simple. To check, you have to run your command line. Just this is my command line here, but you can type cmd here in case if you didn't see it. Just type in cmd. Okay, so if you're using Windows 10 or higher, then you get this way. If you're using any other window, just search for command line. I believe you know how to get command prompts in your computer. Okay, just open command prompt like this. Okay, then you type in to check whether node.js exists in your computer, just type in node v like this. So you see node-v means version. Just want to know the version of node installed. Do you see my own is version 18.13.0? So you see that. So you check. Once you see this, it means your own might be a different version. Okay, but what's important is that node is installed in my computer. If you didn't see this, if you receive, let's say you receive an error message or something like that, it means that you've not installed node in your computer. Okay, so make sure that you installed node first. Just double click on this and you run it, then click next until you finish the installation. After the installation, you now run this to check whether node is installed. Okay, so having done this, I have to now open VS Code. So I assume that you have installed VS Code and you have installed Node. So the next thing now is that we are going to open VS Code. Actually we use this command line here, but subsequent times we are going to be using the terminal in VS Code for our commands. Okay, instead of using this one here, but you can still use this one if you want to, but the one in VS Code will make it easier for you. Okay, so let's go to VS Code. Alright, so you have to look for VS. This is VS Visual Studio Code app in my computer. So look for where your own is. Okay, then you open it. In case if you didn't see it on the desktop, you might see it from start button. You see it's here also, but you can also look for it down here. Just search for it, you get it, you open it. Okay, I will actually open a new window because this window contains the file I've been working on. Okay, so I will open a new window. Let me close this one. Okay, let me make use of this one. So in your own, you might see some stuff here, because my own I changed the setting. That's why it's appearing like this. So you might see some stuff here. Okay, so your own might be like this, as in you are going to see a welcome page like this in your own. Okay, so what you do is, this page can be helpful. Okay, in case if this is your first time of using VS Code, let me make a quick introduction, a very quick one. Okay, but if you need more information about it, maybe I will look for a video that will help you. Okay, it's quite easy. Okay, so when you look at the welcome page, you're going to see the new file. Like if you want to open a new file, you want to create a new file. Okay, then if you want to create a new folder, this one if you want to open a new file, all right, like you have a file already existing, you want to open it. Okay, then come here, same thing. If you want to open a new folder, like you want to start your building on your application, you want to open a new folder, then you click here to open for a new folder. Okay, so I think that these are what you need to know for now. Okay, for the extension, like there are a few extension you might install in VS Code. That's what we call extension. Extension is just like additional application that gives additional feature, additional functionality to VS Code. Okay, so if you see the ones I installed. If you want to install any application, just type the name, any extension, type the name, it will bring the name of the extension. You now click on install like this. Is this one? In case if I want to install debugger, I'll just click here, install, and you wait for it to install. Okay, there are a few ones you have to install in your system. You might need to install. Okay, let's go down. Some of these things you can install them if you want. If you want to code Android, if you want to code mobile apps, okay, this extension will be helpful. Android, iOS. Okay, then this is auto close tag. Like if you want your tag to be closed automatically, and this is auto rename tag. As in when you open a tag, rather when you want to rename a tag, this will, if you rename the opening one, it will rename the close tag automatically. Okay, then this is ES7 plus React Redux snippets, React Native snippet. You might also need to install it if you want to code with React, Redux, and React Native. Okay, then this highlight matching tag. Like when you want your tag, opening and close tag, when you click on opening tag, it will match, it will highlight the closing tag for you, so that you know when you know the connection, as in when you have a large block of code, it's easy for you to know the opening and closing tag. Okay, then this is material icon for your icon to have for your icon, as in for your files to have icon. Okay, for your different files to have icons, then this material icon will help. Okay, like if you create a JavaScript file, you are going to see JavaScript, just like all this icon you are seeing by PHP, by the side. That's the side, the icon representing this. You understand? So if you want icon to be in your file, like when you create a JavaScript file, it will have a JavaScript icon. When you create a CSS file, it will have CSS icon. If you create any other file, PHP file, it will have PHP icon, and all the rest of them. They have to install this one. So this one is quite important. Minify is when you are done with your code, you want to upload it online, you want to minify the file so that it will help fast loading, okay, and easy to read for the computer program. Okay, then you minify, make it small, minify, so it will have lesser file size and easier to read. Then this is important. Okay, if you're coding PHP, this might be important. This IntelliFrance, this also might be necessary too. Prettier is quite important when you want your code to be automatically formatted. After typing the code and save it, it's automatically formatted. Then it means that you have to install Prettier too. React Native tools. Okay, if you are coding with React Native, you want to code mobile apps with React Native, this will be important. This is important for React Native also. and so on and so forth. So all these are what you should install. Just type any of them, type the name of any of them here. It shows you the extension. You click on install to install it, and that's all. Do it for all of them, the ones you need for now, and that's all. Okay, after installing the code snippet, then for the command line, okay, you have to close for now we are going to close this because we don't need it actually for now. I'm going to close this. Then you know what I actually want to do, I want to show you the command line, how we go about it, the terminal. So you can press Ctrl plus backtick. You see that? Ctrl plus backtick. When you click on, when you press Ctrl key, I believe you know where backtick is. Backtick is in your keyboard below escape key in your keyboard. Look at the escape key below it. You're going to see backtick key there. Okay, so once you click on Ctrl backtick, the command line will open for you. This is the terminal. Just click on terminal in case if yours is not in the terminal, so that it will appear like this. So this is similar to what you see in the command prompt, right? This is similar to this one. Okay, the same thing you're seeing there. This new user is here because I have not changed this new user to my name. Okay, this system is relatively new. I have not really changed my name, so I have to change that quickly. That's why you're seeing news. Otherwise, you might see your own name here, okay, or the name you use for your computer. All right, so that's said. Let's check the node again. Node -v, just like we did before. Do you see that? You still get the same results. You see the version of node showing that node is installed. All right, okay, so let's keep going. Okay, the next thing we have to do now is we have to create a folder. Okay, you can click here, open folder, to create the folder you want to create, or you can just go to wherever you want to create a folder and create it, then you now open it from there. Okay, but let's just do it like this. We have to locate desktop. I want it to be on the desktop. It can be anywhere. Okay, so here I'm going to create a new folder, call it okay, let me click here to create a new folder. I'll call it node tutorial, node training, like this. Node training. Maybe let me put hyphen here, node hyphen training. But if you leave it node training, it's still okay. Let me put hyphen, no challenge. Then you open it. Then you can now select folder. So the folder will appear here. Do you see that? Node training. Then it will ask you whether you trust the folder. Just say yes, I trust the author of the folder. All right. So the next thing now, we're going to create a file. Just click here, new file, to create a file. So we're going to call it app.js, like this, app.js. So if you watch now that I created app.js, you see that this changed to JS logo, showing us JavaScript logo, because we used Prettier extension. You know, I told you to install Prettier extension so that your own will also be like this. So that once you create an app, the logo of that app will appear by the side of the app. Okay, makes it look pretty. So that's it. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to just say console.log. If you know JavaScript, you know what console.log will do for you, and that is why you have to learn JavaScript first before this one. Okay, so console log, maybe we say hello, welcome to NodeJS tutorial. Okay, that's great. Then you close it. So having done this, now how do you run this? For example, just control backtick, like I told you. Just press control backtick. All right, then when you press control backtick, when you press control backtick, you type in node, type in the name of the app you want to run, app, you can say app.js or simply app like this to still run it. The press enter. Do you see? Actually say hello one. Sorry about that. That's what it will run for me. You see, hello, welcome to Node.js tutorial. Okay, so they just a starting point. Let's run it again. So you see, hello, welcome to Node.js tutorial. Alright, so we have one file in our folder. Yeah, one more thing you need to know here is that before you run this Node app, the way I did it, make sure that you are in the current folder where the file is. For example, we are in Node training, which is the current folder where we have the app. Okay, so what if, let's say, if you want to go back to this desktop folder now, if you want to move back from this current folder to desktop, just you type in cd, that's change directory. Okay, then you type in desktop. Oh, sorry, not desktop. Just type in dot dots. Yeah, do you see it moves back to desktop? So this Node training is not there. But if you want to go back to the root directory, just type in cd dot. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. What if you want to go back to this directory? Not the root directory, this one. So what you do, just type in cd, then you type in the name of this. Okay, just type in node hyphen training. Okay, good. So it will return back to the main directory. So this, the knowledge of this is important, so that before you type in, before you run a Node app, you have to check the directory where you are in, the current directory. Okay, when you check it, then you now know you know whether you are in the current directory or not. If you are not, you have to navigate to the current directory before you run whatever you want to run. Okay, one more thing I want to show you, in case if you want to clear everything, that happens here now, just type in cls like this, cls, that is clear screen. Okay, so it will move to clear everything. Okay, very good. So you see that we only have the first directly here, every other thing gone, every other thing that we have here, the screen is cleared. Alright, so this is another important command you might find interesting while working. Okay, okay, one more command I would like to show you is if you want to move down to this root directory, as in the drive C, which is the root directory. To do that, just say cd / like this. You see, it moves you to remove all the folders and move you directly down to the root. Okay, so what if you want to add, you want to move to users now? Just say cd, type in users, type in correctly please. You see, move to users. What if you want to move to new user here? Your own might not be new user, your own might be your name or the name of your computer. So what if you want to navigate into that particular folder? Notice the folder please. Okay, because my own will be new user. It doesn't mean your own will also be the same thing. So you have to know what is in your own. That is the one you are going to use. Okay, we type in cd, put open exclamation mark, or sorry, quotation mark. Then you type in new user, but your own might not be new user please. Your own can be anything. Just type in what is here, whatever you see here, type it here. Okay, put it inside. You know why I put it in a quote? Because it has space. If it doesn't have space, you might not, you not need to put it in quote like this. Because it has space, you have to put it in quotes to take care of the space. You get me? Good. So you see, it moves to this. If I want to move to desktop, then I will move to desktop. Just type, make sure the spelling is correct. And finally, I'll move to node training. Okay, that's beautiful. So you see how beautiful it is, how we're able to move. So if you want to clear the screen, everything, just CLS, you have it like this. That's beautiful, isn't it? So all these are important as you are learning. Okay. Okay, I think we've touched important things you need to know while starting Node.js tutorial. Okay. So in the next tutorial, we'll continue. Thank you so much.